Hi everyone, it is March the 11th. It is 2 days after the second surgery, 2 days post-op of the generator implant. And I thought I'd touch base with you. Some of the things I am noticing is, first of all, I have broken out into a rash. And I don't know if it's due to the introduction of a foreign object being pushed down my neck, or if it's just something completely unrelated, like the soap I used today. Considering lotion seemed to suit it, I'm gonna assume soap. But there are things that they don't really talk about in terms of a recovery process. They tell you to try and make sure to get 30 minutes of walking a day, whether it can be broken up into 5-minute increments. It's nothing continuous. But it's a very frustrating thing when you want to be able to do something, but you can only manage an hour at a time. For instance, this morning I went and my friend drove me, and we went to pick up free fabric that was being given away to members of the LARP and reenactment communities and so on and so forth. It took all of the spoons, if you will, that I had just to get there, and I basically let my friend pick out all the fabric for me. And then we left. And by the time we came back, I was in desperate need of a nap. And then we went out to a bachelorette party. I'm the maid of honor, and so it was very important that I should be there to support my dear, dear friend. And we got there at 5:30. We started bowling at about 6:15, and we left at about 7:15. So about an hour of activity, and even then I had to have people bowl for me because I just couldn't do it, not long term. And so I'm going through these bouts of real, just crushing fatigue, and as someone who already struggles with major depression, severe recurrent, it's frustrating because I can't tell what type of fatigue it is. I'm becoming more cognizant of the fact that there are signs that I'm paying attention to which tell me, okay, I'm about done. For instance, while we were at the bowling alley, there was a lot of stimulation, a lot of bright flashing lights, and it was ghastly, honestly. But when we were down in the bowling lanes away from that, I didn't have a problem. But sensitivity to flashing lights is definitely a thing. I mean, for those of you who've gone through this already, what was your recovery experience like? And keep in mind that I could only, my neurosurgeon preferred to do only one side at a time. So I just went in for the left side of the brain, and then maybe 6 months from now I'll go in for the right. I'm not quite sure how they spaced that out, but what have your recovery experiences been like? How long did it take you to get back into your regular activities? These are questions. They tell you that it takes about 2 weeks to work your way up to your usual schedule, but I question that. I'm sure they want to encourage that and to do what you can, but it's very, I'm finding the recovery process a bit debilitating and frustrating, because I'm a very, very independent person. I like being able to do things for myself. Fortunately, I have friends who aren't afraid to tell me that I need to shut up and let them take care of me. I'm blessed with a wonderful and supportive network of friends. And so I guess really that's kind of it. I mean, here is where the rash is. You can feel about here, where I think they pushed the thing down and then connected here. Now, I'm supposed to be able to, I've already done the prerequisite 48 hours and stuff like that. It's just if I'm going to be in a traveling area or an area that could be rife with germs, strife, whatever the word is. I want it protected, if that makes sense. But I did get to take my shower this morning. Oh, it felt so good. And really, that's about it. I had all of these questions that I wanted to ask, and perhaps maybe you had some questions yourself that you wanted to ask of others or of me. Just, it's not a part of the experience that they really talk about much. So I'm curious, and that's about it. Bye, guys.